Your day is no doubt filled with phone calls and emails along with the normal operations of payee management. It's time to redefine normal. We'll take a look at how RPM would redefine normal. What is normal for RPM users? Let's see what a typical day might look like using RPM. The home page is the alert and notification center of RPM. First, look at the payee summary and who is over resources. But instead of panicking, you're pretty sure they have active back payments. A quick glance over to the right will confirm that and provide the details you need to know, what the balance remaining is for each back payment, and how much time you have left to spend the money. Chelsea still has $2,131 to spend before April of 2017. You might want to make sure her payments are high enough to eat away at the balance. So click her name and go to her dashboard. Look at the back payments and notice the first one is still active, but the balance is spent. So for all practical purposes, it's resolved. Now hover over the help of the second back payment. It tells us there are 30 pay dates left, and the spending should average about $70 over the normal income spending. The income spending is the per paycheck amount, derived from the monthly spending divided by the payment frequency. Her calculated payment should be $73.40, so the payment override should be at least $145. She is currently at $130, so you need to bring her up or plan on a major purchase and let the system recalculate afterwards. Regardless of the payment frequency you chose for a payee, the back payment help will tell you the amount to spend using the same payment frequency. Back to the home page. Be sure to check all other back payments to set up the override at least once and check periodically. By the way, unless you have a major purchase in the wings for a payee with a back payment, all of them should have a payment override set. The next thing to note is any bills that are coming due or overdue. These are bills that were excluded at the time of the last execution, primarily because the statement has not yet arrived and the amount varies from month to month. It would also include any new bills added afterwards that would be due in the current month. Click on Doris. Open the PGE Edit screen to update the amount and save. Then click the Pay button. Go back to the home page and repeat for all the payments you are able to pay. We'll pay Martha's Verizon bill, then James's Cricket bill, and finally Edward's Verizon bill. Shoot, I forgot to change Edward's bill amount. No problem. I'll just scroll down to the bottom of the check register and edit the check. Here it is on the 13th. Notice there are two selections. X will delete the transaction, and E will edit it. This screen allows you to make any changes you need to. Make sure the amount and the split amount match. I'll enter $69.75 and again on the split. Then I'll save it. Finally, on the home page, the middle column has missing birthday fields for the other new payees we imported. If you have them, enter them by clicking on their names. Otherwise, they can wait. Notice any birthdays you want to remember and take whatever action you'd like. During a normal day, you might interact with Social Security, a payee, or their relations. If there is something to note about that, then consider entering it into a note. This will serve as a reminder of things you need to know in the future and will also be considered as an important precursor to execution when the time arrives. We'll cover that in the execution video. Other operations include adding or updating vendors, relations, relationships, bills, and payees. Also, exporting transactions from RPM into QuickBooks, which we'll do next, and printing checks in QuickBooks, as well as the unfortunate voiding, altering, or reissuing of checks. Click on Exports. At the top, you can see what the new grand total should be in QuickBooks after the import, as well as the transaction summary of the bills we just paid. Those payments need to be imported into QuickBooks, But first, you'll need to generate an IIF file. We call it exporting. Click Create Export File and watch it show up at the top of the list on the left. Click on the link to download it, save it to your computer, open QuickBooks, and import it. Notice the total in the parent checking account and confirm it matches in RPM. Seeing that it does, then you can click Import Successful. We covered reports in another video, but I'll quickly remind you that there are numerous reports, and hopefully you'll find some of them helpful in your daily routine. Thank you for following me for a day in the life of an RPM user, at least from the RPM side of things. Hopefully, you see how you can enjoy a new normal that will save you abundant time and with the greatest ease to manage with confidence and adjust quickly to changing situations. Please check out the video on execution. There you will see the greatest of time savings. No longer will the first of the month be so unbearable. Thank you for watching. RPM, Real Payee Management, designed for the job.